2018 has been a great year for movies so far. There have been a ton of big blockbusters, as well as surprisingly inventive films, and with another quarter of the year to go, we are sure to see even more. I'm Mr. DVB, and today I'm going to be talking about my most anticipated movies for the remainder of 2018. Number 5, Ralph Breaks the Internet. When WreckIt Ralph was released in 2012, audiences loved what they had seen. Disney had once again given us a great animated movie with rich characters and a fun, enjoyable story surrounding video games. 6 years later, Disney is finally giving us a sequel, Ralph Breaks the Internet, where the title character and his bubbly friend Penelope are transported into the World Wide Web, where they will face off against apps like Candy Crush and Disney properties such as Star Wars, Marvel, and others. In other words, this movie is a much better version of the Emoji Movie. This film is sure to make audiences laugh, and I will not be surprised if it receives a nomination for Best Animated Feature. Number 4, Bumblebee. The Transformers franchise is one of the highest grossing and most hated film series in existence. Many people think that Michael Bay has completely transformed the series, no pun intended, into a pile of garbage filled with great effects, tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of explosions and terribly written characters. But the Bumblebee film looks surprisingly fresh, with Travis Knight, director of Kubo and the Two Strings, being brought on board to direct the film. The movie also seems to be taking a much more classic style by having the Transformers resemble those from the original cartoons and toys. So this film makes it on this list due to the fact that I am very interested in seeing what a new director could possibly add to the table. The film is also being written by Christina Hodson, who has a pretty great lineup of work. Number 3, The Predator. The original Predator, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, was a fun, action-packed, campy survival movie where a team of badasses fought a guerrilla gang and eventually a 7-foot-tall, equally badass, high-tech alien. The movie spawned a sequel, and that's all I'll say about that film, as well as 2 spin-offs and a reboot, and now we are receiving a sequel or a reboot? I'm not quite sure, but the point is the Predator is back and he is out for blood. Now, to be completely honest, the trailers have done absolutely nothing for me, but I'm still very excited to see the classic monster back for some kills. We are also getting an upgraded Ultra Predator, which sounds pretty damn cool. Number 2, Aquaman. So the DCEU, or Worlds of DC, has received rather mixed reviews from the start, with only one film having reached fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. And for the 6th film in the universe, lots of people are expecting another disappointing film to be added to the roster. But with director James Wan, creator of the Conjuring franchise, being brought on board, I'm quite hopeful for this film. Now, the trailer wasn't incredible by any means, and the CGI could sure use some work, but the film does have a much lighter tone than previous DC efforts, and Atlantis does look quite visually appealing, so who knows, maybe this film will be the one for the DC fans. I'm hoping. Number 1, Goosebumps Haunted House. I was a huge— nah, I'm just kidding, Halloween.
He's waited for this night.
The original Halloween was released in 1978, and it's one of my favorite horror films of all time. So as you can imagine, I am very excited to hear that Rob Zombie is not directing another Halloween movie, or going anywhere near this project at all. I mean, seriously, he took away Michael's mask and made him into a homeless man who screams like a drunken fool.
Michael, for God in heaven, die!
John Carpenter is returning as executive producer, meaning we won't get another shitfest like the last 3 Halloween films, and the movie is starring Jamie Lee Curtis once again in her classic breakthrough role as Laurie Strode. The studio has gone out and said that they are completely disregarding all of the other sequels, so this is now the only film besides the original to be counted as canon. The film is also straight up R and not PG-13. So yes, we will see lots of death, and yes, titties. Also, I wasn't at Comic-Con, but there was a clip released where Michael Myers walks around from house to house for a few minutes, killing 2 people, and it's all done in one take. And I don't know about you guys, but I am a sucker for one-shot takes. And so this is Michael Myers doing it? I feel this could be an extremely effective shot. Anyways, enough of me gushing over a shot. Let me know down below what your guys' most anticipated films are for the rest of 2018. I'm Mr. DVB, and as always, stay subscribed for more future content. I'm not gonna say awesome content because, you know, I'm just not.